Stadium on the far side of the track. This is the field for the 3,000-meter women's race, and these are some of the women to look forward to really challenge for the lead. Sue Lee, Leah Pels, Lisa Harvey, Allison Wiley, and Libby Johnson have to be considered the favorites. It's a big field, and it is a very, very long race as we take a look at Leah Pels from Abbotsford, British Columbia, on the outside of the track. And we're underway, Lynn.
3,000 meters. This is 7.5 laps of the track. These girls here are competing for berths on that international team to compete in England against Great Britain and East Germany. The top two will go to that meet. The other two, the third and fourth place, will go on to compete in Scandinavia. So there's a lot at stake here. It's going to be tactical for that reason.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's going to be a very tactical race, as jockeying for position, a lot of pushing and shoving in the middle of the pack, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the race develops.
That's right, especially in these conditions. You're not so likely to want to go out front right away. It's, you know, the rain pelts down, it takes its toll. You're definitely vulnerable out front. However, you have to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. At this 3,000-meter distance, you often will have runners coming at it from various ends of the spectrum. The leader, Lisa Harvey from Alberta, she is known as a 10,000-meter runner. She's a tremendous up-and-coming athlete. She's been on the junior cross-country team as well as the senior international team. She just recently won the 10,000 meters in Victoria recently. Now the thing is, she doesn't have perhaps the speed that a 1,500-meter runner would have. And by that I mean Robin Marr in second place and Leah Pels just on her shoulder. Those two girls are 1,500-meter, 3,000-meter runners.
Well, the pack is still very, very closely bunched as they come around by the grandstand for the second time in the race. 3,000 meters, a race that you're very, very familiar with, Lynn.
Yes, that's for sure. I've run many of those in my time, and I can attest to the fact that it really is a tough event. You do have to have the speed of a 1,500 as well as the strength of a 10,000. That midway distance, it's in fact an aggressive pace throughout the race. In this case, they're not running particularly fast. It's reasonable. They're probably running about 9:15 pace. Now, most of these girls can handle that sort of speed, and that's why you're seeing a closely tight bunch. At this stage, it is anybody's race. We're going to have to see some brisk running later on as far as who's actually going to challenge for the win.
Lisa Harvey is the current leader, and she has been leading since early in the race. She looks very, very good, and she really is one of the bright young hopefuls in Canadian track and field.
Most definitely. She has made the team to go to Europe at this point. It would be really nice for her to run aggressively here and finish in the top 4. She's doing her best. She knows that she's got to make the pace go, make these girls hurt somewhat. Unfortunately, she's not getting away from them at this stage. They are tightly bunched. It's definitely a tough position to be out front like that.
Number 10 is Robin Marr. That's Leah Pels, number 18. And directly behind them now, Sue Lee, number 13, has moved into contention. She is currently running in 4th position.
Sue Lee is a tough competitor. She's taking a break from the 10,000 meters. She is the Canadian record holder over 10,000 meters. She was 8th in the Olympic Games in 1988 in Seoul, South Korea. She's decided that she'd like to work on her speed, run a few shorter distances this summer, and by that I mean the 1,500 and the 3,000. She's tough over the last finishing kick, though, even though she is a 10,000-meter runner. She tends to get the best out of her speed at the end of a race.
Well, you can tell Sue Lee's running style is definitely that of a long-distance runner. She's got the orange back with the blue shorts and the bright fluorescent orange shoes. She literally runs on her heels, and she almost looks like she's running in pain.
Well, in pain, I think you mean because she tends to limp a little bit. She's had a number of injuries over the years, and one quite recently on her knee. And that's, I think, caused her to compensate somewhat. She's gotten used to that bit of pain so that now her running style tends to sort of favor that motion. But she's not injured. She's very healthy and feeling really strong and determined today. She wants to make that team to go to Europe.
Number 6, Lisa Harvey of the Calgary Spartans continues to lead. Leah Pels of Abbotsford, British Columbia is right on her tail, as is Robin Marr from the Victoria Vikings. Sue Lee is currently in 4th. The rest of the pack is very, very closely bunched.
Robin Marr presently in 3rd place. She's from Victoria, runs for the Viking race team. Now she is probably fitter than she's ever been. She recently won the 1500 meters in Victoria at their international meet. She has some tremendous leg speed right now, so that she's content to allow the other girls to set the pace. She will just sort of tuck in there. 3,000 meters isn't a distance that she runs very often. She's determined, though, to work on her strength as well, so that, you know, it's important to her to do well over 3,000 meters. It'll help her 1,500.
You know, we've talked about the rain, the poor weather conditions throughout the course of this meet. What is it doing to their feet? How are their shoes affected by the amount of water that's on the track?
Well, obviously, the longer you're out there, the wetter your shoes get, and these spikes that the girls have on, that the racers race in, are flimsy shoes, really. They fit like a glove, but boy, once they get wet, they can get to be a little bit sloppy, and your feet do move around, especially since most don't wear any socks. You tend to slip around a little bit. I wouldn't say that it would be a problem, though. You're used to, you know, feeling those kinds of feelings. You can't worry about it. You're much more concerned about how you're feeling as a runner.
Lisa Harvey of Calgary continues to lead. That is Leah Pels on her right shoulder. Robin Marr and Sue Lee continue to stick with that leading pack.
These other girls, Canadians from throughout the country, are definitely, you know, they're looking for fast times. They're determined to hang on to these girls, these top 4 women that are setting the pace. They're hoping that they can at least get some sort of a fast time, maybe a PR. It's often disappointing in these conditions because PRs, and by that I mean personal records, personal bests, they don't come as easily as they might in good conditions.
Looks like Leah Pell is starting to put a move on Lisa Harvey, who appears to be tiring just a bit. In fact, Leah Pels has taken over the lead, and here comes Lisa Harvey falling back into the pack now. Sue Lee and Robin Marr have moved ahead, and now Libby Johnson of the United States, wearing bib number 1, is also moved up to challenge, as Lisa Harvey obviously is starting to feel the effects of leading this race for 3 or 4 laps, and she's starting to fall back slowly.
That's tough running when you're out front in these conditions. Lisa Harvey will try to hang on as best as she can. Now, Leah Pels has taken up the pace. She knows that she's going to have a battle on her hands in trying to get away from Robin Marr in second, and Sue Lee is matching stride for stride every move that they make.
Well, Sue Lee being the smaller of the 3, or the smallest of the 3, she has to work that much harder just to keep pace with him.
Well, I'm used to hearing a comment like that about stature, being about 5 feet tall myself. But I'll tell you what, you go with what you're given, and I know Sue isn't conscious of being small. In fact, in these conditions, to be able to tuck right behind Leah Pels and Robin Marr, it's actually good strategy. They're breaking the wind for her. She wouldn't feel as much of the pelting down of the rain, and when she makes her move, watch out.
It has now become a race of 5 women. That is Robin Marr in the red shorts, Lisa Pels on the inside, Sue Lee. Libby Johnson of the United States has now moved up to challenge. She is in 4th place, and Lisa Harvey of Calgary is starting to fall back, and this is the bell lap, less than a lap to go, and Robin Marr has made a move, and Sue Lee's going with her.
This is going to come down to a final 300 meters. Robin Marr has shown her leg speed earlier already this year. She's turning it over. You can see she's up on her toes. She hasn't even actually gone into full sprint mode just yet. Sue Lee, though, is determined to stay right up there with Robin. She's looking for a fast time and a berth on that team.
Libby Johnson has moved into 3rd place, trying to challenge. It doesn't look like she has it. Leah Pels just doesn't have it today, and Lisa Harvey, after leading for so long, is beginning to fall back. This is going to be Robin Marr's race, it looks like, unless Sue Lee can really pick it up. But it doesn't look like anyone is going to catch this woman today. Look at her move.
Robin Marr in full stride. She is very fit, certainly as fit as I've ever seen her. She's going to have a tremendous season this summer.
But Sue Lee is coming on. Look at her move.
Sue Lee, she is a tough finisher. She gets the most out of herself. Once she sees that finish line, boy, oh boy, she goes hard.
Robin Marr of Victoria crosses the finish line, followed by Sue Lee of the K. Jackson. In 3rd place, Libby Johnson of the United States. What a great race for Robin Marr. An outstanding kick in the last lap. Just a fabulous finish.
That was very fine running by Robin Marr.
Tremendous performance by Robin Marr. Her time 9:05.76, followed by Sue Lee in 9:07.34. And from the United States, Libby Johnson 9:10.60. But Robin Marr, the big winner in the 3,000-meter women's race.
Robin, 1,500, 3,000. What's going on?
I feel great. I was really pleased with that race. I've had 2 good races in a row now, and I feel like I'm really on a roll.
On a roll, I can imagine. But what's the big difference between running the 1500 and the 3000? What did you have to do differently?
I think I had to adjust my my tempo and my pace, relax a little more, learn to get comfortable with the slower pace, and then a different focus. It worked out well.
And the decision to take off, what was going on in your mind then?
I felt good, I felt relaxed, and I felt like I could hold that pace till the end of the race, so I thought I was ready to go.
Well, now that you've qualified for the 1500 and the 3000, what event do you really want to run? What's going to be your favorite now?
Oh, there's no choice. My heart's in the 15. But certainly open to exploring this event more in the future.
And we'd certainly love to have you back, Robin Marr. Congratulations. We'll be back to Swangard with more coverage of the Harry Jerome International after this.